Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host Jay and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You guys, E will be here after the first break. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, oh my God, it feels like it has been forever since I have sat here to talk to you. We've been out for the last couple of weeks. Oh my God, I have missed you all. I have so much to talk about. We have so much to catch up on. We have some amazing hot topics for tonight, and then our topic for the evening. Rebound relationships work. We're going to get into all of that. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight's episode is being brought to you by Delaware Inc. Guys, please do me a favor. Go to Delworks Inc.'s their page, like their page, and also place an order. He has his hoodies. They're coming out. For those that have already pre-ordered, your orders should be arriving sometime next week. For those that have not had a chance to order, please do me a favor. Go to Delaware Inc. and place your order today. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. How y'all doing? Are y'all ready for, what is this? Valentine's Day. If you guys are celebrating Valentine's Day, or do you think that that's just another commercialized day on the calendar for people to get crummy gifts and all this and that? What do you guys think about Valentine's Day? Are you celebrating it? Me personally, I'm really not a big, Valentine's Day fans. I mean, fam, we can do it, if that's what you're into. If you're not, then that's fine too. But I don't do chocolate, the little bears and stuff. They're cute, but I'm like, I don't want to wait to just one day, on the, out of the year to celebrate. Like, let's just make memories every day. Like, let's let every day be Valentine's Day. So it's just like we have so much fun together, and we love being together and talking to each other that we don't even realize that it's Valentine's Day on a calendar, because we have Valentine's Day every day. That's how I think that it should be. Now, of course, you all listen, I tend to, be a little extra and be over here by myself. But if you all feel me on that, then drop some hearts or some thumbs up. If you don't, drop the angry face. It don't matter. You probably ain't getting nothing anyway. If you dropping an angry face, you probably ain't gonna get nothing for a Valentine's Day weekend anyway. But again, another thing why I really am not a big Valentine's Day fan is because it overshadows my birthday. My birthday is tomorrow. So I'm really not a fan of Valentine's Day, because I have to share it with, my birthday with basically Valentine's Day weekend. And I'm like, okay, it's always crummy because, people are excited about, I'm like, I forget Valentine's Day. It's my birthday. Okay. It's a special occasion. You are right. It's my birthday. So that's another reason why low key I hate Valentine's Day. Well, not really hate it, but I really just don't rock with it like that, because again, I think that it's superficial. Let's like love on each other every day. Let's show each other that we love each other. Let's show each other that we appreciate each other. Not only because it's the right thing to do. But guys, you know what? It's so much crap that's going on. Like, you want to let people know how you feel about them. Don't be taking these people for granted, because again, it's just so much crap going on. You want to tell your people that you love them every chance you get, because guess what? Tomorrow is not promised. I'm not going to be the bearer of bad news and all that good ish. I just want to say, if you guys do celebrate Valentine's Day, then I want to say happy Valentine's Day. Listen, if you don't have a boo, don't worry about it. You got to go treat yourself. Don't sit around getting all depressed and all this other stuff because ain't nobody bought you no chocolates or a card. You want some chocolates? Go buy your own chocolates. You want a card? Go get your own card. You want some ice cream? Go get your own ice cream. You want some shrimp? Oh, yeah, that's what I want. I'm getting some of that tomorrow. But if whatever it is that you want, don't sit and have a pity party. Do what you have to do to make yourself happy, but under no circumstance should you sit and harp on what you don't have. Take that time to focus and be thankful on the things that you do have. So guys, listen, we're going to go ahead and get into our first hot topic. Let me tell you all something. You guys, let me tell you, thank you so much. Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jaye, 30 and Up, doing us, all Pit Life, the Real MVPs, Marshall Commandos. Thank you, everybody, all the groups, and anybody else that I may be missing. All the groups that rock out with us, 30 and Up, doing us. Thank you all, 180 Chicago. Thank you guys so much. Can We Talk? Thank you, Single, Married, and Living Divorce. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us, because you guys keep these topics coming. You guys keep the posts flowing. We appreciate all of your support. But let me tell you something. You all have been cutting up the last couple of weeks. I couldn't wait to get back up in here. Now, listen, what do you all think about this? They're saying, should having money, does that play a role in the level of attractiveness that a person has? So the more money a person has, does that make them more attractive, or does money not matter when it comes to a person's level of attractiveness? So let's say if they're broke and they look good, or let's say if they're not too easy on the eyes, but they got some money, does that money raise the value? Does that money make them look a little bit better? Now, what do you guys think? Because my thing is this: if you're a toad, you're a toad. You just a toad with some money. Now, I don't know if I could be with someone. I mean, listen, especially, okay, let me just tell y'all like this. Especially if they're like decrepit, like, you with somebody and they breathing like this. I don't care if you a millionaire. I'm not dealing with that. Like, get your sinuses fixed, get something fixed. Or say, for instance, if they have like the hugest hands, or if they bite their nails to the point they have that nervousness nail, like they've bit all of the nails like down to the skin. Listen, I don't care how much money you have. I can't do it, because here's the thing. It's going to be written all over my face that I think that you are a mutant. You're a mutant with money, but still, can you take this money instead of trying to find some love and, go fix a few of these areas? But here's the thing. I'm not about to be sitting across from the Jaye. Can you pass the ketchup, Jaye? No, I am not. Listen, I'm sorry. Call me Shallow Hal. I'm not doing it. I don't care how much good for you and your money. That's how I feel about it. Oh my God. And then because listen, you all, if you did not know, I struggle. There are some issues that I have mentally, and it's okay, because they're going to all come out today on this show. Now, listen,
hey, Jaye,
if you have
Jaye, can I ask you a question?
You all, that's the producer that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
Can you pay all your bills?
Yes, I can.
That's why.
Why do you say that's why?
I guarantee you, if you can pay all your bills, that decrepit looking dude that's got that cash in his pocket, he be looking mighty good to you.
Oh, no. Trust me. Listen, even before I was able to pay all my bills, I would rather go ask my mama and them for some money before I sit up here and have somebody whose hands look like this, like the claws, touching all on me. I'm sorry. I personally cannot do it.
Trust me, there are not any lonely men out there with money.
You said who?
If there are men out there, if he got money, trust me, he ain't lonely. I don't care how he looks.
Word to the wise. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm telling you, you don't have to put up with that. If he breathing like that, you don't, sis, get you a better job. You ain't got to put up with that. You do not have to put up with that. Fellas, if you sitting across talking to her and the rack look good, but her eyes are so cocked, you can't even have a decent conversation because you don't know, which one, who she looking at. You don't know if she looking at you and talking to you, or if she looking at the waiter and talking to the waiter. Listen, and don't let them have a bad body odor. See, here's the thing. I don't care how much money you have. It's not going to help that. It's 90 degrees outside and he's smelling like a locker room. Now he clean down to the nine, but it's something on the inside that's oozing out of his pores. And it don't even have to be a big dude, because listen, I've been around some people that, it's just something, something in them. Stop doing all that drinking. It's some young guys out here that done been drinking since they was like 9 and 10. Now you 30 and plus, and that alcohol, it oozes through your skin. So you standing next to them, especially in the summertime, and you like, what the heck? Did you just get through drinking? What? Now, what's going on? Now they gonna let you leave out the house like this, but see, he think he doing it because he done popped the alarm on the Bugatti or whatever. Honey, listen, instead of getting a Bugatti, can you go to a specialist and see why you smelling like that? Listen, I don't understand it myself, but that Bugatti, listen, that's what you smell like. Your Bugatti, your booty got it. So that's what you're smelling like. So no. It's a no for me. It's a hard, solid no. And the producer said that I wouldn't be sitting here talking all that smack if I wasn't able to pay my own bills. But I'm here to say, yes, I would, beloved, because it's not, I just cannot. It's just certain things that I'm not going to be able to deal with. Then you try to then they want to take you and show you off. Listen, can we just go to some dark, secluded place? I don't want to be seen in public with you.
Can I ask you a question,
how much
Jay?
money you got.
Can I ask you a question? So what if you were facing eviction? There was a guy next door. He's like, Jay, I got that rent for you, Jay. I got that rent for you. What you gonna say?
As long as my mama got somewhere to stay, I ain't gonna never be homeless. I got too many brothers and sisters, so I ain't even worried about it. So I got somebody's couch that I'm gonna be able to lamp on, but you're not gonna be rubbing on me with your skin, feeling like like you some type of lizard or something. Like I said, trust me, I have seen some stuff, and I'm gonna be honest. Some of the stuff that jump in my inbox, Lord have, that's all I'm gonna say. If I can't say a word, I'm just gonna wave my hands, because y'all already understand. It's deep over here, okay? And it's a mental issue. So no, I'm not interested. So your money is your money, and I've always believed that, like a man's money or a woman's money, it does not, in my opinion, it does not make you more attractive. It may add to your confidence level, but for me personally, it does not, it does not affect how I see you. Because again, if I see you, if I feel like, if my first thought of you was you're a mutant, and then I later on found out you got some money, I'm like, man, this is a rich mutant right here. But again, you're still a mutant. That's just for me. Now, people may say, Jay, you a mutant. Okay, that's fine with me. I'm like, I'm all right. I'm fine in the mutant skin that I'm in. All I'm saying is, in my opinion, money does not make you more attractive. Now, it can help people put the blinders on a little bit, but it's just certain things, again, that you just cannot get past. Again, if you're sitting, he's like, oh, he's about to take you out for this nice meal, and he's sitting up here, Jay, you gonna eat the rest of that? Wait a minute. Wait, what? Am I gonna eat the rest? First of all, the way you breathing and the way you sound is something is just not right. So I can't even focus on eating, because I don't know if you about to check out at any minute. I don't know if you about to turn to the nutty professor. I don't know what's going on right now in this moment. I'm unsure about everything. I'm unsure about life itself because the way you're breathing is making me don't want to eat anything. It's just making me want to go on a water and juice diet because the way you may be sounding. Again, that's just me, beloved. But money, in my opinion, does not make you more attractive. So drop your comments, guys. Listen, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we're going to get into our next hot topics. Guys, I said, we've been out for 2 weeks. I got a lot to talk about. So stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
I like my woman loyal and stays right by my side. Oh, yeah. She my Bonnie, I'm a Clyde, and always down to ride. Oh, yeah. Let's not get it twisted. She gotta be a freak, too. A woman in the street, throw up in the bedroom. Ain't no limitation, and we do what grown folks do. Know how to climb on top and then she ride it like a rodeo. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type for sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. She gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life. But when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's not to choosing love. Now I can't stand the jealous side, cause I don't do the drama. Oh, no, I'm a chooser. I'd rather make love to relieve that energy. Oh yeah, she gotta know exactly what love means. And when I show affection, she receives. I'm a choosy lover. Cause yeah, I got a lot to give, but I'm too grown to play the game. I don't even entertain. But please don't get it twisted. Take it to the bone. When she move her body, it just gotta turn me on. She just like a coke bottle, like an hourglass. Thicker than a snicker, gotta watch her when she has. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type for sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. She gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life. But when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's not to choosing love. Are you the one that I
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You guys, Ish will be here shortly. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. You all, this episode of the J Spot is being brought to you by Delaware Inc. So please do me a favor, go to his page and place an order for your hoodies today. He is for those that have already pre-ordered their hoodies. They shall be there arriving sometime next week. Again, if you have not placed your order, go to his page, Delaware Inc., and place your order today. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Again, guys, listen. Oh man, I missed you guys so much. We've been out for the last couple of weeks. It feels so good to be back. It feels good. You all, I have been talking in my sleep. I've been talking to myself around the house. It's just been madness because I have missed being here talking to you all. So I am glad to be back. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. I definitely hope that you guys enjoy be safe, have fun, eat chocolates, and do all this other crap that you want to do. Now, guys, listen. Our next hot topic. Don't be judgmental about this either. But what do you all think? If a wife takes money out of her husband's wallet without him knowing and without him asking, is that considered stealing? Is she stealing if she takes some money out of his wallet without asking or without even letting him know, like, hey, babe, listen, I took a couple of dollars out of your pocket or out of your wallet? Is that considered stealing? Is she stealing if she takes some money out of her husband's wallet? What do you all think about that? Please let me know. What are you thinking? Is she stealing if she taking a couple of dollars out this man's pocket? So for me, okay, I look at it like this. How would I feel if my husband took money out of my purse? Would I feel that it's stealing? I mean, when I find out that it's him, that he has the money, no, I don't feel like it's stealing. But what I do feel like is that, you know what? Listen, what if I was expecting to go I'm going to get some coffee, and then I go in my purse and then I don't have any money in there? So is that stealing? Do I consider that stealing if, I'm looking for, let's say I had $20 or $40. Okay, so I know I had $40. So now I get to my place where I'm going to get my coffee and my food. I'm like, well, God doggone, I only got $30. I knew I had $40 up in here, but then I find out he took it. Is that stealing? No, but you left me out in this world with my drawers down, because here's the thing. I'm sitting up here, I'm ready to get some coffee, and I done had my last couple of dollars in my pocket. So I knew what I had to get, what I had to get accomplished. And so now I can't do that because you went and took my last little $20. If you would have let me know, then I can make some arrangements to have enough money to do what I have to do. So in that sense, no, I don't feel like it's stealing. Would I do that? No, because I mean, it's like it's rude. Like, the only reason that you go into his pockets is if you looking for something. Now, listen, if you done had a hunch or a suspicion about some issue and you got to check it out, then listen, you got to check it out. But to go in the man's wallet and just take money and then don't say anything about it or don't even ask him about it, I don't think that's, again, I don't think that is stealing, because you guys are married, so you are as one. But I mean, I think it's rude. I think that it's, I think that it's inconsiderate. The least you can do is say, babe, listen, I need a couple of dollars. I'm gonna get some money out of you. I'm gonna get a couple of dollars out of your wallet. Say something. What's so wrong with saying something? Now, here's the thing. I've never been married, so I don't know how you people do that. So maybe that'll be something that I learn when I do get married. Am I going to always ask him? But I mean, knowing my mannerisms and how I am, I can definitely see myself asking before I take, or at least let him know I took the money out your wallet. I'm not going to just take it and not say anything. So maybe I'll go in there and get it and don't ask him, but I will let him know. Send him a text, man. Look, baby, you in the shower. I took $50 out your wallet. I took $50, whatever. I'll let him know. So I don't think that it's stealing. But again, you got to think about, how would you feel? Are you going to consider it stealing if your husband goes into your purse without asking you? Would you consider that stealing? I mean, I was just always taught, even growing up, we didn't go in people's personal purses and things like that unless they sent you in there to get something. Baby, go in my wallet and get. And even then, I can remember being little, how I didn't feel comfortable with, like, if my grandma used to say, go in my purse and get my corn purse and stuff like that. I never felt comfortable with doing that, because I'm just like, this is your private stuff. Like, we were always taught that that's your personal stuff, but now you want me to go in there. So, I mean, it's kind of a little mental thing for me, maybe. But what do you guys think? Is it okay to go into your husband's wallet? If a wife went into her husband's wallet to get some money and she did not ask, Is that considered stealing? Do you all consider that stealing if she goes into the wallet and does not ask him for the money? Is that considered stealing? So guys, listen, I don't think that is considered stealing. So, but I do think that's rude to do that and not ask, or at least let him know that you've taken the money, because again, he could have something that he had specifically to do with that money, but now you've taken the money and you didn't let him know. So now again, he's out there and he's not prepared for what it is that he needs to do. So it's just about communication. That's what it is. It's just like, listen, communicate what it is that you need. If you need this money, then say something. Don't just take it. Which will kind of segue into the next hot topic. Ladies, when you borrow money from your boyfriend or your husband, do you give the money back? So I want to kind of put a twist on that. Is it possible to borrow money from your husband? Like if you ask him for some money and he give it to you, is that considered borrowing? And are you expected to pay that back? Now, here's the thing. It's two separate categories when you're talking about husbands and boyfriends. Can you borrow money from a husband? I don't think it's borrowing. Can I have some money? That's the conversation that I'm going to have. Can I have? For a boyfriend, he's not obligated to give you any money. Like, it'll be nice. Like, can I have some money? And if he says, well, yeah, but I want you to pay me back, then I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably have a couple of rocks in my jaws because I'm like, oh, okay, so you want me to pay you back. So can you pay me back for all of the, that's kind of how my mind will probably be thinking on a petty day. I may be thinking like that. But as a general rule of thumb, like your husband, you can't borrow to me. It doesn't even make sense. Like, how do you borrow money from a husband, or how does a wife? It's all one. So you are one. So how can you borrow from yourself? But again, if you have a boyfriend, then that's totally fair. That's a totally fair question. Can you, do you borrow money? If you borrow money from your boyfriend, should you pay it back? Absolutely. If you ask to borrow money from anybody, you should pay it back. If you had no intentions on paying him back, don't ask him to borrow it. Just say, can I get some money? Can I get $1,000? Can I get $2,000? Y'all sitting up here talking about $40. Shoot, that's coffee. That's coffee for me in a couple of days. Coffee and a couple of sandwiches. What is $40 going? What is that gonna do? I don't understand what these $40 people wear, but can I get $1,000? If you don't plan on paying $1,000 back, do not ask, can you borrow it? Just say, can I have? Can you give? Can I get? But don't sit up here and play these mind games knowing full well you have no intention on paying that person back, because now that's not cool. It's unfair. And now you are untrustworthy shyster, because you knew that you had no intentions on borrowing the money. You wanted the money because you needed it for whatever reason. So just be upfront about that. Can I get? Listen, I'm gonna need about $2,000. Can I get about $2,000? If you gotta say, can I borrow? Again, and you ain't paying that $2,000 back. And please, y'all, stop falling for this. I'm gonna pay you back when I get my taxes. I'm pay you. Listen, it's always people ain't gonna pay you back when they get their taxes. They ain't gonna pay you back when they get their stimulus pack. They ain't gonna pay. They just ain't gonna pay you back. So just be mindful of the amount of money that you borrow to people. Period. Because it's just like when you're borrowing money to people and you're the one giving it to them. Listen, they all happy. But when it's time to pay you back, now your money got to be funky. Get your funky little $1,000. Get your funky little $200. Get your funky little $300. Well, excuse me, but this $1,000 wasn't funky when your funky and needed it. So it's just like, okay, so now why my money got to be funky now that it's time for you to pay me back? Now my money got to be funky. My money got to be all this. I got to be acting all these type of ways now that it's time for you to pay me back. But when you needed it, you was sweet. You was humble. You was on one accord. You was agreeing with everything. So Be the same way when you paying it back. And here's a general rule of thumb, guys. When you are loaning money, I don't care who it is, start making start having these people sign promissory notes. Because when you hold people accountable, and don't borrow more money than you can give, than you can afford to lose. I don't know why I'm taking it this way, but don't borrow more money than you can afford to lose. So if a person is asking you to borrow $1,000, I personally would not, unless I'm just prepared to just eat the whole 1,000. If I give you $1,000, then I want my money back, but I'm not really expecting to get it back, because that's too much money for most people to be able to pay back. Because what's gonna happen is you gave them a full $1,000. But when it's time to pay that $1,000 back, can I pay you $100 this week? And can I pay you $250? Now, wait a minute. I didn't put you on a layaway plan when I gave it to you. I don't want a layaway plan getting my money back. Give me my cash back the way I gave it to you. But see, folks don't even do that. Toya, she's saying, my mom told me never lend more money you can't afford to get back. Loan more money. Absolutely. Because again, people gonna start playing these games with your money again. They get amnesia. They start now they sick. Now all this stuff start going on in their life. Everything was fine when you paid them the money. Everything was fine up until the due date for you to get paid back. Now the whole world has crumbled. Now, again, I ain't been feeling so well, oh man, Miss Green, her fish died, and I was telling Brother Do Right, that they needed to change all them, and I just ain't been feeling myself. Well, here's the thing. I'm sorry, beloved, that you having all those issues, but run me my money. Run me my cash. Run me my money the same way I ran it to you. I need you to run it back to me with the same speed that I gave it to you. Don't come. Oh, I want to. Okay, well, I'm going to pay you $50 this week. I'm going to pay you $75. No. Cletus, I want all of it the way I gave it to you. If I gave you 10 crisp $1,000, $100 bills, that's the way I want it back. Don't, I'm going to be a little late. Can I? No, I don't. Okay. I want it all. I wasn't late getting it to you. I was on time. So I need you to be on time with my payments. So again, people are just, real, they can get real cloudy when it comes to, to paying you back. So if you are loaning a substantial amount of money to family and friends, definitely start incorporating some promissory notes. But again, if you know that the person that you dealing with, that they on the shiest, if you can't afford to lose that money, then don't lose it. Don't lend it. But is it possible for a wife to borrow money from a husband? I don't think it is. But if she borrows that money from a boyfriend and you ask to borrow it and you didn't ask him to give it to you, then I think that it's no more than fair than you give that man his money back because you asked to borrow it. You didn't ask him to give it to you. Give and borrow are definitely two separate things. Vanessa is saying it's always an issue when you need your money back. They will give you 1,000,001 excuses, but these the same people you see at the club, in the casino, and on vacation. Vanessa, you are so right. Now let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I take it a little step even further. I get a little pettier than that, Vanessa. Let me tell you, when I see them smoking or they drinking and they drunk and you owe me some money, you smoking up my money? No, why are you saying that? Anybody ain't sick with it? Hey, I don't care. Listen, you should not be having any recreational activities going on until you run me all of my cash. Don't come in my face, smoke. You better not smell like nothing but holiness. You better not come smelling like nothing else, nothing. And you still owe me money. That's just me, beloved. Listen, guys, we're going to take a short musical break. So please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
See me. Want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorming, hoping that you would come back home. Or call me on the telephone, cause I'm so alone. Walked around the house thinking of you. See, me and you, hand in hand, is how we used to be. The happy days, the times we shared. Without you, baby, it's so damn weird. Please forgive the things that I've done to you. I know I did a few, but baby, I'm human too. I'll take you to the beach where the wind blows, and let the waves in the sand run through your toes. Whatever you want, whatever you need, I'll plant the seed. But do you agree? I should deal with that you have another man, but I can't understand. You're still wearing my wedding band. I'll just chill and think about the whole thing in the morning. So I guess I'll keep brainstorming. Want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorming. Want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. Now it's daylight, the sun's bright, my mind is clear. I can smell the breakfast that you used to cook, my dear. Some cold water on my face so I can come to reality and realize it's me. My mind is not at ease since you've been gone. Please come back, cause I'm so alone. P.S. Yeah, you know, been looking for you for the longest, ever since you left. But now, I'm real independent, you know, just laid back chillin'. But I wanna let you know you really thought about every night and day. So, I came up with these words and have voice to men say them to you in the background, you know what I'm saying? But I really want you back, so come back as soon as possible, cause I love you. Brainstorming, want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jaye, and sitting next to me, she's not here yet. She'll be here, guys. She'll be here shortly. I know it's snowing out there, so she'll be here shortly. But guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, listen, tonight's episode is being brought to you by Delaware Inc. His hoodies are coming out next week. The orders will be here. So if you prepaid for your order for your hoodies, then they will be shipped out next week. If you have not gotten a chance to order your hoodies yet, please do me a favor, go to his page, Delaware Inc., and place your order today for your hoodies. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to slide on in to our next hot topic. Now, listen, guys, with Valentine's Day and all this other stuff being around the corner, is it ever okay for your friend to date an ex after a certain amount of time has passed? And if so, what is that certain amount of time? So it's a twofold. Is it ever okay for your friend, somebody you consider a friend, not an acquaintance or an associate, somebody that you consider your friend, somebody you rocking with, they knew all about your relationship, but then it didn't work out. And so a certain amount of time has passed and now they pop up with your ex. Is it ever okay for your friend to date your ex? What do you guys think? Is it ever okay for a friend to date an ex after a certain amount of time? And if so, what is that certain amount of time? So for me, no, I don't. It's not gonna be okay. I don't care if it was little Randy from pre-K, and you knew I liked him, and you knew he pushed me down on the slide, and I still liked him all the way up to third grade. I don't want you coming back and now years later you liking him. You know I like little Randy. You knew he scraped and pushed me and scraped my knee. That's why I got the Scott Stilton. No, you cannot have any of my exes. I don't care how long it's been. No, no, and no. You cannot have any of my ex. You Vanessa, you're saying yes, I feel 3 to 5 years would be good enough. Woo, Lord. I mean, I don't know, because I'm just like, especially if I confided in that friend, I don't know. Toya, now you already know I'm petty. You know I'm petty. Listen, I don't know if 5 years could be. I don't know. I'm still just gonna look at everybody in the whole situation, just cross-eyed. And my friend, I'm not gonna lie. I may feel a certain type of way because, you my friend. Like, we just don't do that. I'm not into the double dipping. So no, I can't. Vanessa, you saying we can't control what the universe has for us. Vanessa, I'm gonna spin them around like they spin that spin top, and you better let the universe land you somewhere else and not with one of my exes. That's what you better tell the universe. Listen, spin me somewhere else. You better click your heels 3 times. Now, the only thing that I can say about that is, if my friend didn't know that this was an ex, then I'd have to chop it up to, okay, this may be what the universe. Now, that Vanessa, that's the only way that I can kind of see it. I'm not all the way there, but I'm trying to be objective. That's the only way I can see, me somewhat not having rocks in my jaws. And the rocks won't be in my jaws because I still have feelings for this guy. It's just that it's a friendship code. It's an unspoken rule. We don't do that. We not running behind our friends and all this other stuff. We not doing that. We not running behind our friends, exes, and things of that nature. But some people are okay with that. I'm petty, as you said, Toya. I'm just not that. No, I'm not that one. I'm not that deep. I will never claim to be that deep because listen. I reside, if anybody want to know where I live on Petty Island. I stay there because there are a lot of views and ways that I feel that I know can be kind of petty. So y'all just keep me lifted, because I was going to say I'm working on it, but then I'll be lying to you because I'm really not. I mean, it just is what it is. I'm fine with living on Petty Island. Now listen, if some of y'all in that feed live right there with me, so announce yourselves. Don't be ashamed. You live in Petty Island. I know you live in Petty Island. Listen, I done seen some of y'all there. Okay, I've seen some of you all there. So please don't be afraid of saying, you know what? No, I'd be mad if I found out my boy was with my. Listen, fellas, especially if it was your baby mama, would you be okay with your boy dating your baby mama? Would you be? Now you got your kids calling your boy step daddy. Wait a minute, boy, that ain't your daddy, especially if y'all hanging out, y'all hanging cool, and y'all both going to the house, but he going in the room with her now and study. Woo, see, listen, these type of situations would be very, very messy. Hey, LaFay, how you doing? You saying blessings, everyone. Vanessa, you said I agree with the friendship code. Toya, you said I wouldn't give a darn if my friend date my oldest child father. I would know my daughter would be very well taken care of. See, Toy, that's why I love y'all, because I need y'all to fill in where I can't, because I'm not going to be able to join you at that picnic. I'm going to be over here at the petty picnic. Y'all going to be at the deep picnic. Just send me a nice plate over there to the petty picnic, and I'll be all right, because y'all deep, and I respect y'all being deep. I'm not. I don't see it like I'm not. I don't see it like that. No shape, no form, no fashion. I don't want you with my ex. And I don't want to be with your ex. I would not want to be with your ex. I'm not coming. Oh my Lord. The worst thing, like I said, the worst thing that you can know too is this person, I love this person. And, it didn't work out for whatever reason. But out of respect for the friendship, listen, it's like certain people just should be off limits. Even if they say that they're okay, I just, I'm having a hard time, accepting and, just seeing how deep down, see, on the surface, it may be okay. But see, here's where you're gonna know it's not okay. So say y'all at the family barbecue or the picnic. And so now she up in there fixing y'all plates, for the picnic, y'all fixing the food, everything, the good music going on. Now you see everybody got a nice, decent sized plate, but the friend, you see you getting little scraps and stuff on your plate, and you trying to figure out why your plate don't look like everybody else plate. Everybody else got a hearty plate, but you got the skimpy plate. Beloved, that's a sign that it's not okay that you with her ex. Okay, y'all going, it's Christmas, and she done gave out, everybody got good gifts and everything. Your gift broke. Beloved, she's not okay with you dating her. She's not okay with you dating her ex. These are small signs that people will give you to let you know, yes, verbally, I said it's okay, but it's really not okay. And I'm expecting you to know, I'm expecting you to read my mind and read my vibes to know that it is not okay for you to be with my ex. So Toya, you're saying, Vanessa, you're saying Petty J. Absolutely, honey. Yes, I am. Listen, I accept that. Toya, you saying I wouldn't be comfortable dating a good friend of mine's ex. Vanessa, you're also saying, so if an ex was your soulmate, you can feel it and you know it. They've been broken up for 5 years plus. Are you not going to pursue the relationship? You know what? I just don't believe that would happen. Like, especially if I know that my friend thought that this was her soulmate, like, you would have to be open to the possibility of even seeing that person in that light. And I just believe that if you're not even open to entertaining that type of thought, then I don't think that you could possibly miss out on your soulmate because you're not open to the possibility, because you know that they have a history with your friend and you know how your friend felt about this person. That's just how I see it. But again, I can send me a postcard over here to Patty Island because that's where I'm at. LaFay, you're saying this is a sensitive topic. And then Vanessa, you're saying, I agree, this is a sensitive topic. It absolutely is. And here's the thing. People lose good friendships over things like this because now you go and you get with him and then things don't work out with you. And now, listen, you've lost a dude, but more importantly, you've lost your best friend because it's like, how do you retract back and go and have a conversation about a man that was her ex, but now he's your ex, and it can get really messy. So in these type of situations, I will just say use your better judgment and proceed with caution. Vanessa, you're saying people mix soulmates up with seasonal relationships all the time. That's true. LaFay, you're saying I knew somebody dated my ex and it didn't bother me. Did you have feelings for that ex? Now, here's the thing. We're not talking about somebody that was just a casual person that you dated, somebody you just kicked it with. You didn't have no feelings for them. Then, of course, it's not going to bother you. But if this person was somebody that you loved and you thought you were going to build something with them, are you really saying that it's okay? You would be okay if you see your friend living the life that you thought you were going to have with this man or with this woman? Are you really saying that you would be okay with that? See, we're not talking about the casual, or we just hooked up, we just hung out, but then you see your friend and now they living happily ever after. They living in a house that you thought you was going to be living in. They living in, living a life that you thought that you were going to live. And if you've been in that situation and you are totally 1,000% fine with that, again, man, listen, hats off to you. Cause I'm I'm telling you, I will have the biggest rocks on my jaws. My contacts will probably get stuck in the top of my eyes because I'll be rolling my eyes so bad. I would definitely need a piece of gum because I'm telling you, I would be popping my gum like a $2 streetwalker. This situation would be just so out of control for me. But again, if you are somebody that can handle that situation, more power to you, because for one, I know I can't. I'm over here on Petty Island. Listen, guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we're going to get into some more hot topics. So please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
Felt like we were on the same page. Led me to believe we'd be together someday. From FaceTime calling the dates, you playing Prince Charming. Yeah. I'm in too deep, my feelings keep getting stronger. Is it all in my head? Your actions showing me different. Don't expect me to be faithful without commitment. You talk to who you want while my heart's involved. I'm sick of not your one and only. It's really killing me that with you I gotta share. I don't like what you do to me, baby. Why can't you be fair? Me only, we've discussed this. Let's just stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time. You know and I know this don't even feel right. Do you even love me? Your actions not showing me. I don't like what you do to me, baby. Why can't you be fair? Me only, we've discussed this. Let's just stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And guys, listen, I don't know where he is, but it's just me right now. And we are rocking and rolling. And we are going to continue to delve into our hot topics. But please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. So guys, listen, we got a whole lot of money topics because this is what you all have been talking about. It's just been all about money, 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 and money. So here's the next question. Is a man obligated to financially help the woman that he's dating? If you're dating and you need help, is this man financially obligated to help you? You're dating. Again, he's not your husband. So again, a lot of times we as women, we get certain things, we get it twisted, you all. A man that you're dating, in my opinion, has no financial obligation to you because you're not his wife. Would it be nice if he helped you, if you needed some help financially? Yes, it would be nice. Is he obligated to do that? No, because he did not make any vows to take care of you. He did not make any vows to do any of that. If he cares about you and if something that he wants to do out the goodness and the kindness of his heart, then absolutely. But is he obligated to do it? No. Now, the flip side to that, now, fellas, I done helped y'all out. But now listen, the flip side to that, as being a woman, and you can't help me or you won't help me and I'm in need and we're dating, I'm be looking at you cross-eyed like, what you mean? What you mean, bro? What you mean, bro? What's for dinner? What you mean, dog? What I'm cooking? What you mean, dog? Where my clean clothes is? What you mean, Lord? What's going on with dinner? What you mean? You see, now it's like it's gonna change my whole attitude about what you mean, what you feeling on me for. Now, some of y'all may be like, oh, that's prostitution, and not listen, call it what you like, okay? But that's just the way that it's gonna be thought of. Like, okay, so I'm in need. I got some stuff that I need help with, and you can't help me out, or you won't help me out. And now you look, oh, so you looking for me. Oh, so now you want some now. But I'm gonna say this, ladies, that's a dangerous game to play. So if you playing that game, man, make sure you know what you're doing with that withholding sex for money type. Make sure you know what you're doing with that, because whoo, that can be a very iffy situation. Vanessa, you're saying depends on how long you've been dating and how serious you all are. Toya, you're saying he not obligated. He not obligated if only dating. It would be nice if he can afford it. Absolutely. So again, this in situations like that, it's just like, okay, again, if he cares about you and if he's able to do it, then he's able to do it. But again, if he's not able to do it, then I don't think that it should be something that you should penalize him for, because he cannot do it. Now, if he can do it and he won't do it, then that's, those are two different situations. You got to kind of assess why he won't do it. Figure out why he won't do it. It may be a reason. You may always hide your hands out, or you may be a frivolous spender. Any of those things could be a contributing factor to why he's telling you no, he's not going to help you. As a boyfriend, he could be saying, man, you know what? You always buying all these expensive shoes and purses and stuff. Won't you, tighten up on that a little bit? Won't you start saving a little bit more? If he's been trying to give you some advice on how to do some things more constructively with your money, and then you didn't take his advice, but now you butthole out and now you need some help, and now he won't help you because he was trying to help you, because he saw where you were going. He saw the pit that you were about to fall in, but you ain't want to listen. You had to get that new bag, and now you sitting up here, now you can't pay your rent, and now you looking at him cross-eyed because he won't give you the money. But he not the one that told you go out there and buy all them purses. Matter of fact, he told you don't buy no more purses because you didn't need it. He saw where you were going with your bad money management and your bad financial skills and your money management. So he's like, no, I ain't finna do it because I already told you. Now, if you choose to stay in that type of relationship afterwards, I mean, hey, that's on you. But again, can you really get mad at him if he was, explaining to you and giving you good money tips? Could you get mad at him? Really, you can't. You have nobody to blame but yourself. What I will say is it would be nice if he was able to rescue you and help you that time. And then he said this: if you do that stupid ish again, you on your own. I can accept that. But don't just leave me out there to drown. And this is my first offense. At least let me get 2 strikes and then put me out. But you can't just like leave me out there to drown. And this is only my first offense. Just let me know with a warning. Like, I'm gonna help you this time, but you do this dumb ish again. Listen, don't ask me. I'm like, I sure won't. I'm gonna learn my lesson. I ain't gonna do it no more. I'm good because I dodged the bullet. But some people it take a little bit more. Some of y'all gonna go out there and keep on spending and spending, buying all these big TVs and buying all this stuff that you don't need, and then you got a problem. But then you mad because he won't give it to you. So again, as a boyfriend, he's not obligated to do anything. If he wants to, I think that it would be nice. Again, husbands, those are two different, listen, husbands, you guys are tied to each other. We're gonna focus on just these boyfriends. A boyfriend is not obligated to do any of those things because, again, you're not his wife. If he wants to, if he chooses to, if he's able to, then yes. But again, don't penalize him if he's not able to do it. If he's not able, and again, be mindful on penalizing the one that is able to do it and then just chooses not to because he was explaining to you, listen, you bad with money. and I'm gonna need you to get it together. So that's real right there. It's like if you bad with money and now you done messed up your money, so now you over here, now you got your hands out. Can I need $700 for my rent. I'm short $700 on my rent. And then he go look in your closet and he see more than $5,000 worth of purses and shoes. He like, listen, won't you go live in one of them purses or one of them pair of shoes that you got? Won't you go sell some of them shoes and sell some of them purses and come up with that side? Listen, I see $700 worth of stuff right here that you can pawn. So do you really need that 700, or are you just trying to, take an easy way up out the situation? So again, I would just be mindful about how I'm looking for a man that's not my husband to financially take care of me. But then now here's the next hot topic, and here's the flip, because again, people, listen, money will ruin your marriage. Money will ruin your relationship if you guys are not handling it right. Cole Lewis, she's saying, wait, there you go. That's me. I'm not gonna mess with you, Cole. So here's the next scenario. Now listen. Here it's tax time. It's refund time. So the fiance, they not married yet. The woman, she gets $5,500 for her income tax because she's able to claim the kids. The guy, he gets $1,200 for his income tax return. They're not his children. So she's getting, she's filing her kids. They're not his kids. She's filing her kids. She get $5,500. He filed, he gets $1,200. Is she obligated to share her refund with him? Now they're engaged. They're not married yet, but should she share her refund with him? She got $5,500. He got $1,200. Should she share the refund with him? You know what? Listen, that's a really Toy, you saying hecky no. You listen. I don't know. Oh Lord. Because here's the thing. Here's why I say that's a tricky question. Simply because if he's your fiance, if he's been taking care of you and your kids, then I don't really see why it would be a problem. Is she obligated? No, I don't think she's obligated. But it would be nice, if you decided to throw him a couple of extra dollars. He's your fiance, so hopefully he's been taking care of you and your kids. If he has not been taking care of you and your kids, you probably want to question, why am I even, getting married? Cole, you're saying no. Vanessa, you're saying, I don't think a woman should ever give a man money unless it's an emergency. You know what? And I agree with that. That's definitely a good way to see it, Vanessa. But again, if he's your fiance, so you guys are well on to, you're about to get married. So this is, above, getting, we dating and all this other stuff. Like, we are about to get married. And you got a bigger refund than I did. God dang it. Listen, I got $1,200 and she got $5,500. Should she share with him? Davino, you're saying no, but she's not obligated to get him up. But you said no, she's not. But she's obligated to get him a PS5. You know what? I'm not going there with you, but you know what? He says he's kidding. But even if she did, you know what? Listen, first of all, y'all giving these people too many money for that game system. I just want to say that. Okay. But Toya, you're saying the money should be used for the kids. Without the kids, you wouldn't have gotten that amount of money anyways. Cole is saying ice water in here would be nice, but that's not happening. Vanessa, you're saying, I think if she loves him, she would probably buy him something nice. I totally agree. Great comments, guys, because again, they're engaged. So it's just like, do you really want to start your marriage off? And it's like, what if he really didn't want you to give him any money? What if he was just doing it to see what type of fiance, which he should already know how you are before this. So it's like you engaged. So it's like it's a bit late in the game for you to be trying to see where her integrity is. You should have known where her integrity was before, getting engaged. So that's a whole separate issue. But Davina, you're saying at the fiance phase, there's no for me, it's all we. Absolutely. And that's what I'm meaning. It's like we're no longer dating, like we're a blink away from being husband and wife. So it's like at that point, we should be behaving as such. So it's like if he wanted some of the refund, then I'm like, I don't understand why would it be a problem, because again, it's all coming in the household. Now, if he like, listen, I got 1,200 and I need another 1,500 so I can go get these rims and put these rims on my car. Let me tell you, you can kiss the rim. Well, y'all already know what I was about to say with that. But we not wasting no money on those stupid rims. So no, I'm not giving you my money. Then it become my money. Now we finna be arguing all day because you mad because I'm not finna give you no $1,500 so you can add to your little money so that you can get some rims. No, this is money that could be used towards the household. So if you're not using this money towards the household or towards our wedding or anything like that, no, I'm not giving you no money to go put some rims on your little funky little car. I'm not doing it. So that's just me. Then you probably gonna say you want your ring back and all this other stuff, and it's just gonna be a whole big mess because you ain't good with your money. Now you got frivolous spending habits because you're trying to put the rims on your car, and it's not that deep. But if you needed it just so that you can have, a level amount of cushion, for what you trying to do for the family, then I don't see it as being a problem. But is she obligated? No, she's not obligated because those are her kids. But again, it's like you got to be mindful with saying that, because if he's taking care of the kids all 12 months of the year, but at the end of the year, now they just your kids, then you got to expect, him to feel some type of way during the year. You got to expect him to feel like, okay, well, if they your kids at tax time, let them be your kids all through the year. Don't have him paying for school fees and all this and that. Because during the year, now they're y'all kids, but at the end of the year, they're your kids. That's not fair. That is so not fair, and it's not cool. So it's like if they y'all kids all through the year, and if he's taking care of them, then yes, in that case, then yes, you are obligated, because he by law cannot file your children because those are your children. But if he's taking care of your kids, then come on. That's no more than fair for you to share with him, because he shared in the expenses with you. So technically you lied on your return. That's the only reason why you got all that money back in the first place. If you want to be technical about it, you got all that money back because when they ask you, have you gotten any money from anybody else, and you saying no to all that, but that's a lie. You know that this man was over here helping you, paying for this and paying for that. So if that's the case, then yeah, you would be wrong if you did not give this man some of the refund, because he burdened some of the responsibility during the year. So why should he not be compensated for it? Why should you totally be compensated for it? Because they're your biological kids, and because the way the law is set up, it's set up for you to win like that. But again, if you're looking forward to being married and moving forward and having a good and successful relationship, if you have that type of attitude and that type of mindset and that type of outlook on y'all financial situation, that probably is not going to last very long, because you're thinking about you while he's thinking about you all as a family, as a unit. You only thinking about what you can get. So you, ma'am, would be selfish if you fall into that situation and you don't do anything, to level the playing field. Then you, ma'am, are just really not right. So, Davino, you're saying at the fiance phase, I'm sorry, I read that one, but you said at the fiance phase, there's a no, me, it's a all we. Cole, you're saying, so when you're engaged, did you share your refund? Whatever, Cole. Now, if he's a hardworking man throughout the year and supports his family, I think he should treat him to them rims. Vanessa, I ain't investing in no rims, but if he do all that and he take care of the kids, then yeah, I gotta give it up. I gotta give him what's his, because it's no more than fair. LaFay, you're saying yes. Davino, you're saying kids first, then bills and whatever, then y'all do after you. Absolutely. Again, so if he's taking care of your kids and helping you out throughout the year with your kids, don't wait till the end of the year. Now it's tax time. And so now they only your kids. But 11, 12, the whole year, they y'all kids because he helping out and he doing what he have to do as a man to take care of your kids. And then come tax time, now they only your kids. You, ma'am, are not fair and you need to get your life together. Toya, you're saying he'll get a nice appreciation gift. I came with you, Toya. Listen, guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we're going to get into our final hot topic for the evening. And then we're going to get into tonight's topic. Do rebound relationships work? You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
This ain't a regular love thing. It's that waking out your sleep with me massaging your feet, shit. Hey. It's that anything you want, I'm only here to please, shit. Baby, you're in my command. Hey. Your kiss sends me a shot of dopamine. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, baby. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, baby. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure, for sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. It's that look you in your eyes. Say love in paradise. A one life stand. Yes, that sweep you off your feet, give you everything you need. That's what I'm feeling. Yes, that don't pick up the phone, cause we wanna be alone. And I never thought I'd feel this way, then you came along and proved me wrong. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real, or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, baby. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, baby. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure. Since you came in my life, I see so clear now, yeah. You're so special, no need for labels.
Damn. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay, and E just popped in right next to me. Guys, listen, want to thank you so much for joining us. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. And guys, tonight's episode is being brought to you by Delaware Inc. So listen, guys, the hoodies have they will be in next week. So if you've already placed your order, prepay for your order, they will be shipped out sometime next week. If you haven't already done so, please do me a favor, go to his site, Delaware Inc., and place your order today. Hey, E, how you doing?
It's snowing again.
Oh, I know. It was
give y'all a little heads up on the way out.
So it's accumulated snow or just flurry?
Covered.
Oh gosh, are the streets covered?
It's trying to get there. Yeah.
Oh, this sucks. But guys, listen. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Whew, happy belated birthday, E.
Girl, thank you.
I know. This is Aquarius season,
Woo-hoo,
birthday month.
best season.
Whoop, whoop. Won't he do it? I don't know what happened there. That's Instagram. But guys, listen. Our next hot topic. Now, see, this is a very interesting question. When I saw this, I'm just like, this is something to think about. So, fellas, would you feel uncomfortable if a woman brought a gun with her on a first date? Would you feel uncomfortable?
What's she trying to do?
If she brought her gun on the first date? Would you ever bring a gun on a date?
If I gotta bring a gun on a date, oh my God, then I don't trust you, or I'm trying to set you up so I can kill you because you didn't tick me off way in my past, maybe my past lifetime, just your spirit, and I was trying to get you, then I didn't get you, so this time around, I got a chance to get you. But no, why? No. If I gotta bring her down on a date, no. No, would you? You probably would. That's why you smiling. Yes, you would. Would you?
How would he know? How would he know I got a gun unless I told him?
Unless you asked him to hold your bag for him. That thing had a little weight to it.
No, you ain't gonna, on a first date, you ain't gonna hold my bag. You ain't got to listen.
So the answer is yes then.
You know what? I would. If I have all my credentials in order. I would.
It wouldn't even matter if you didn't have your credentials in order. I paid for it, didn't I? Oh, that's all that matters.
Jeez, Louise. I'm like, the thing is, people are crazy. So it's just like, you don't even know your level of crazy till you like, man, I would actually carry a gun.
Toya said, how would he know if it's in your purse?
If it's in your purse, he wouldn't know if if he got, so it's like, listen, we don't have no issues. You'll never know I had you want never
so
know.
So then when he go reach for a boob, that's when you're gonna shoot him, huh? You better off with a taser. At least you ain't gonna get too much
you retching on the first date. See, on the first, there's no retching on the first date.
We'll go to give you the hug and palm it.
You're like, whoa, boy. Oh, I'm sorry. This trigger finger.
Pull it out to his face. You like that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, it's that reflex. I'm telling you, that trigger finger. Listen,
did I
that
touch
trigger
your
finger
booty?
Gonna get you hurt. I'm like,
I didn't touch your booty. You don't touch my booty.
Just pull a gun on me. I'm like, no, I didn't. Technically, I didn't. It was reflexes. You went in the gun zone. You crossed the gun line, ball.
I was watching Life this week, don't I?
You crossed the gun line, ball. So technically I didn't pull a gun on you. You pulled it on you pulled it on yourself.
How did he get shot? Well, see, officer,
he crossed the gun line.
He pulled the gun on himself. I watched
What's
it.
What's the gun line? All it is. This is the gun line, boss. So if you don't cross the gun line, you ain't got to ever worry about nobody's gun.
That's what I'm talking about. She said, Toya said, have a taser and some pepper spray.
Exactly. And Davino, he said, I'm not dealing with cold. She got bodies.
I'm going to try to have me a few.
Listen, so again, if he did not cross any of those lines, then what he didn't know, what he don't know, so if you got a little piece, and as long as you got your everything in order, if you feel like, that's the best thing to do, because again, these folks are crazy.
So what if he had a gun on him?
How would I know?
When y'all hugged, say,
Wait, but remember when we had a guest up here, he had a gun. And
girl, I was like, dude.
He was like, well, what the heck was you expecting?
Oh, no, just always be prepared and stuff. Like, dude, this ain't that.
Okay.
Who's following you? Don't do that, Lee. You could left that in the car with that weed.
But I'm like, again, I'm just like, shoot, I need to start carrying one. You see, oh, you like that? Well, shoot, Wex. All right, let's go make two of us. Keep on. Come up here with another gun if you want.
Man, that's the young one.
But boy. Again, it's like, if you don't know, is it advisable? I don't know. But again, piggyback to what you said, E, if you got to carry a gun, if I feel like I got to carry a gun,
I don't want to date you.
then I don't. But again, it's like at the same time, do you really know if you need a gun?
You should
get
know.
there?
I mean, but you should at least try to skim through these profiles of this guy, whatever. At least try as much paperwork, or even, talking on the phone to give a hint that, you know what, this dude crazy. You know what, I may need to get me a gun. I'm gonna still go on this date, but I know he crazy, so let me go ahead and grab my gun just in case it's somebody after his ass, and I just need to shoot him up to protect
they don't
us.
always, portray all that craziness up front.
They
Some
give
of them
their
are
signs.
really good at hiding their crazy. So it's just like, if you're hiding your crazy, how do you know? Listen, you got to keep that thing. Listen, you may have to keep that thing locked and loaded.
They give them a few signs,
but they don't. Not always. Hey, thank you for calling the J Spot. State your name and where you're calling from.
Davino Caprice.
Chicago. Hi, Davino.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Great, and you?
I got no complaints. I wake up every day.
That's right. What you got to say? What you want to tell us? Is it okay for her to carry a gun? Would you be offended?
Me personally, I would say absolutely, because you really don't know what people do nowadays, and you hear about all these kidnappings and dudes acting crazy where they sit here and they coach your first couple of dates. Then you start seeing abusive dudes or dudes acting crazy here and there. So yeah, it's cool for her to protect herself in any means necessary. Like you're a victim without it, pretty much.
Absolutely.
So I mean, for her to want to protect herself, go right ahead. I mean, if you cross that line, pop.
That's what I'm saying. The gun line, boss. Don't cross the gun line. If you don't cross the gun line.
I'll accept Ezra. She shouldn't have a gun.
No, I'm at Beretta up in mine.
She got a couple of bodies already. Serving times up in Rikers Island. And
you're right. Listen, the year is still young. It's still a couple more bodies to pick up, too.
Well, we thank you so much, Davino, for your call. Thank you so much. So we have a man call in. He said, yes, it's okay. It's advisable for a woman to carry a gun, especially when you are dating, going on these first dates and you're first meeting these people. He's saying, you should carry a gun, because again, if you cross the line, you're going to go back home with some lead in your behind. So just don't cross. I know, I'm on the shit. If you cross the line, you're going to end up with some lead in your behind. So just don't cross the gun line, boss, and you should be fine. But again, you ain't got to be out gun toting and all this other, listen, if you're trigger happy, you may want to just stay at home.
Some people can't help themselves being trigger happy, Kibo, are you saying, you said no because ain't no trust, no more knows that she shouldn't have a gun, or no that she should have a gun? I'm not kind of confused. And Tasha, she said she agrees. Well, she's talking to Tasha's other reply. But I don't know, like when I skim through, like I've been on a dating sites and stuff, and I'll read what they're trying to say to me. So if I'm getting suggestives that, okay, you want to have some sex, clearly, because you keep on asking me for full body shots when it's a full body shot right there in this dating site and stuff. So I'm probably not going to go on a date with you because you want sex and I'm not going to give it to you. So you're wasting your time. But I have to skim through and see and I'll talk for a while with you and be like, do I really want to go and meet this person? Mm-hmm. I've talked to dudes 2-3 weeks and still.
Yeah, because I mean that's meeting them on these dates. I'm just like,
it's dangerous out here.
Yeah, it is, and I'm just like, I'm personally just not a fan of. I've never been on a dating site, so thankfully, I'm just like, I just don't have no interest on getting on there, and I'm like meeting people offline. I met one person offline, and I'm just like, okay, that was cool. It was a really good situation. I wouldn't do it again though, because it's just like everybody is not as transparent as that. So as he was, and as so I would not do that again, because who he was on social media is who he is. So, but as far as doing other people, I'm like, no. So it's like, they can be in the little inbox and all that sugar, those messages are all, listen, in the sea of forgetfulness, because I don't even respond to any of that, because again, I'm just not into the online dating. But for people that are, and the online dating and dating sites, then, you definitely have to just be careful and just govern yourselves accordingly and just make sure you're doing your research on these people that you talking with, and then letting people know that at least one person need to know who you out with.
I'll be
like,
texting,
you cannot
like,
meet these people and then not tell nobody.
Yeah.
You got.
I have to send a picture. I have a group of y'all. I'll be like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what he looked like. Let's.
Yeah, you got to say something like, you cannot meet these people and just go out and just not say anything and tell no. And then, like Davino was saying, people are coming up missing all the time. So it's like your family have no idea. Your friends have no idea that you've been chatting with this person. Now you done got catfish. Now you somewhere hurt because you didn't tell anybody anything because, oh, well, I didn't want nobody to be all up in my business. Now you ain't got no business, or your business is hurt because you ain't tell nobody. So you got to definitely be very, very careful with all of this, this online dating and, just meeting people, just dating, period. You got to be careful. But if you got to carry that thing, carry that thing. I say just carry that thing, and again, he ain't crossed the gun line. Won't nobody move. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody moves. Nobody gets hurt. Now, listen, guys, our final hot topic for the evening. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not the question to be getting in your feelings about. This is not a bash question. It's just a question, because here's the thing. The day and time that we are living in 2021, this is real, and this applies to everyone that's out there dating. Women, ladies, would you date a man that used to be gay? Would you date a man that used to be gay?
Somebody would you date a man? Me that today. Who asked me? I don't know who asked me this about the last night. They asked that question.
Why, so would you?
No! What the hell? No! It was Jasmine's crazy behind. I knew it was somebody. She was like, well, would you date a guy that used to, be gay or whatever, and now he's straight? I was like, no. And then I said, just imagine, especially if he's a bot. No, it was my friend Aisha. That's who it was, because she was having a conversation with the children or somebody. And they was like, I said, no, because then if he's the bottom, then he gonna give it up to anybody, because I ain't trying to penetrate you. And then if he's the top, then you, or if he's the one that's gonna be the penetration, the top, then that means that you want to stick me in my butt. I don't want to do that. So no, I don't want. No. I'm not built like that. There are people that are built like that. I'm not her. I'm not. In the back of my mind, the insecurity will just form all the way to the front, because I can never give you what you used to have, what you used to. I ain't gonna give something thing like dude did and stuff, because you're gonna be mad at me on that aspect too. So it's just like, what's the point? The most gratification that you might get is that every now and again I cut my hair all the way off. So you might think, so we're in that position where you're hitting it from the back or whatever, and you see the bald head, that might give you more, but then that's going to really, I'm be like, is he really giving it to me because he think he getting to do, so I'm really like, this mug, that's why he going commando on this. Oh, no. So no, could you?
Absolutely not.
What?
No.
Already, so.
Man, tell me about it. I'm just like, good Lord. I'm just like, no, I could not knowingly, willingly go. I could not go into that, because again, it's not, I just can't, because here's the thing. What if you go back to that? It's like, what caused you to, have a desire for men in the first place? I mean, I don't know. Like Toya said, I would not feel comfortable with that. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. What are they saying?
Tasha says, Sister Jay Vance, no, I wouldn't date a guy that used to be gay, especially after they stuck their eggplant in a butthole.
Oh my goodness, that you almost just made me sick with that. Just seeing that, it's just like,
that's why I couldn't do it.
It's like, and then you've been kissed. It's just no all the way around the board, and it's just like, if men are keeping this stuff secret just so that women don't find out. And it's like, then if she does find out, then I'm like, okay, then it's gonna be even worse, because it's like, okay, why would you keep this from me?
But that's the thing. Like, say y'all been together now for a year. So now if a year is in there, that means you love him and he loves you. And then y'all walking on the street or out at a restaurant one day, and a guy, they recognize him, who just happened to be very flamboyant too, comes over and was like, hey, I missed you, and blase skip. And then you getting from the conversation that, wait a minute, these two used to be a couple. Because he keeps on, he's not trying to really introduce you per se, but he is. And then he doesn't introduce you as who you are to him.
Right.
He just says, oh, Jay, this is so-and-so, this is Jay. And then you're seeing, from their interactions that they were an item. Would you ask him right then and there, oh, do you all know each other? Or would you wait until you all got home to ask him, how did you know?
It'll depend on what spirit is over me. If the deep spirit or the petty spirit, I have to really just see how the whole situation is going on. But what came to mind as you were talking me of Cover, like after we saw Leon do that scene in Cover, you can't look at him the same way. Like I can't even watch Wait Until Exhale and get excited about him and be like, ooh, Leon. I'm just like, oh no, Leon. Oh no. Even though it was a movie, I don't know if he lives that way for real or whatever.
He doesn't. I've met him, but
the movie, it was too much. So it's like, again, by nature, it was just too much, and we're not even dating. So, but if you can't see him like that, acting in a straight role again, how much more are you able to see the dude that's trying to climb in the bed with you and get with you? How much more you ain't gonna be if you can't see an actor who was just doing his job? If you can't see him,
you know what? On his defense, at least in that movie, he wasn't kissing the dude. He wasn't. He stood behind him in the shower, but he wasn't kissing him and all other stuff. He just gave his Leon look, and that was, I can still be like, okay.
I can't. I'm sorry. That was too much.
The ones when they're acting and they just be, I be like, and they just be kissing. Because I watch this show on Netflix, Older Couple, and I forgot what it's called. It's a white older couple, and two good friends, and they are lawyers or whatever, and they divorced their wives to get married to one another.
I saw that. Yeah.
Grace and something. And I was like, and then when they kiss, and I know in real life that they're straight, they have wives the whole nine, but they be kissing up a storm in that show.
I can't.
Dr. Evelyn, she says, that second topic though, dating someone who used to be gay, absolutely not.
It's
different strokes for
it really is. And it's just like, it's no judge. It's just like the way you naturally see somebody. It's just like you will see them, unfortunately, as a gay man, like, or a woman that's, I don't know, fellas, could you date a woman that was a lesbian and now she says she's straight? Could you? I mean, I think that men are more prone, but again, it would be the same thing, like, those desires may still be there. So that's the thing that you definitely got to be mindful for.
Keyboard, I'm not even about to say that comment because you're ignorant. But Toya says when he hang with homies, quote unquote, I'm going to be side-eyeing him. And then Davino says, no wonder Professor Ogilvy never wanted Nikki Parker. I know, right?
And you know what? Let me tell y'all, the person, listen, even though he has passed away years ago, Elin Harris.
Oh,
if you ever go read. I challenge you all to read Elin Harris's books, all of his books. Honey, when you read his books, it will have you in a whole you like, oh my God, all this, it's like all that bull junkie could be going. But see, this is more when they were on a download back
now. It's not no download.
It ain't no download.
Because you'll see a whole lot, like even in the dating sites and stuff. And I remember this guy, he sent me a message. He was like, I like men. I hope you're open-minded. And I was like, open-minded. He was like, well, I like men and women. And I was like, nowhere in my profile does it say I want a man that likes both. No, I want a man that likes what I have, not a man that likes what he has and what I. No, we're not doing that.
See, all that sharing, ain't nobody finna be doing. Listen, you got to make up your mind.
I like to role play and everything else, but the role play does not consist of me putting on a hat and a mustache and saying, "Hey, how you doing, baby?"
The only thing that I like to switch between is my coffees. I got 2 separate spots that I go to, but I don't share the men dipping back and forth.
I ain't sword fighting with no man. Well, Kibo, we don't want you to sword fight with no man, but would you, as a man, accept your girlfriend would you accept a woman as your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, knowing that prior to you, she had been with women?
And see, I think, like I said, I think men they probably.
But some men are prone, because I've met guys that no.
Yeah, because it's a whole different lifestyle. It's a whole different vibe. And I'm like, if that's what you do, listen, rock it out. But I'm like, as far as trying to convert back, because I'm like, listen, you was this way one, now you done switch, now you done came back.
And I think it's harder for
I don't know,
men to convert back to just being strictly with women or whatever.
I mean, because you all tamper with, like, now I'm like, I don't know. It just opens up different worlds and stuff.
See, there go the Kibo. Yes, threesome for me.
Ain't nobody talking about no threesome.
And in Davino, I've slept with a lesbian. Yeah. Did she go back to being a lesbian, or did she just stay with you? See, that's the thing too. Like, even with that, you slept with her. She probably wanted a piece of some dingling that time. And then she probably went back on, doing what she got to do.
Come on back on over here, because this is where it's at. But again, it's like, if you do decide to date a person and what they, that they used to be gay or whatever, or even lesbian, and you date them and they've let you know that if they divulge that information to you up front, then don't go beat nobody over the head with that.
No, because
if it's not for you, then it's not for you. Then don't get involved with them. Just leave these people.
That's what I don't like. You get involved with them because either one, you think you can make them want you, or you get involved with them to see how freaky that they are, or whatever. And that's just, don't do that. Just if that's not your cup of tea, then just say, you know what? Think you're a nice person. We can be friends. We can kick it. Be friends legitimately. But that's just not something that I would be lying to you to say that we can have a relationship, because in the back of my mind, I know what I would be thinking. So why even play you like that?
Yeah. So, guys, again,
Davino said he cut it off.
So if you decide to do that, then again, just, go in, making sure, you cool and you comfortable. Everybody is cool with the situation, and then proceed forward. But if you're not cool, if you got some reservations, then don't get involved with folks, especially again, when they're letting you know this information up front. Ain't nobody trying to have you. But you used to be gay. Hey, listen, you knew that, Barbara, before I got married, before we got together. Barbara, I told you. So now what's the problem? If you didn't like it, then you could let me go in and be, listen, no, because ain't nobody got time for all that. I think
that's the best thing too, is to be open with it. I think that's just to be open with it, just let them know. And though it's kind of hard to rip the Band-Aid off in the beginning, but I'd rather rip the Band-Aid off in the beginning and then go through it. Now we got our feelings involved. And then I tell you, which they're probably gonna tell you during sex or some crap like that. Baby, I used to, taking in the booty. Oh no,
but that ain't listen. That ain't the time to tell it now. You got to tell that before. You got to tell that before y'all do the horizontal mambo. Now, listen, that's something. That's a discussion we got to have over coffee and not before breakfast. No, that's some. We sipping.
No, you got, because that's when you're supposed to break off break things some. What they done? Females to the guys, you done already drained them of their energy to fight back.
No.
Now you're in the bed with them and you done bust whatever.
Because I done got you. You done gave me something that I didn't want. That done been somewhere else.
It's too late. So I ain't say the guys to the females. The females to the guys. Say you done been with a chick or whatever. And then, you didn't give it to him, because you want to be with this person, whatever. So you feel like, okay, you're at the level where I can be sexual with you, fine. So you give it to him, whatever. Then after he done, climax, they're like, tell him he's too drained to fight back now, or just say what? He'd be like, what?
he gonna think about it, and probably doze off in the sleep. Hopefully, if you did it just, right, he'll doze off to sleep and won't think about that stuff in the morning time.
Listen, I'm too small for all that. I'm not putting myself in no situation for no possible domestic violence.
It's not gonna be impossible. You just happen to have been
I can see somebody getting clucked right in the eye for some. Listen, because he gonna come up out of all of that. If he,
and you gotta do it with some tears. Then be like, I just wanted to tell you
where the tears ain't coming out. I'm just not trying to listen. I like my eyes. I had my share of black eyes back in the day. I'm good. I don't need it wasn't from no domestic violence, y'all. But I'm just saying, a little rough out there, a little rough around the edges. But
Davine,
what'd he say?
I had a buddy who was married for 20 years, and one day his wife came home early and caught him in a bed with his boyfriend.
Oh my!
None of us knew he was gay.
Oh, that's what I'm saying right there. That's what I'm saying. Wait, Toya saying Cole trying to get someone busted in here. Absolutely, that will get you busted. Listen, wide open. You can't even be mad. You can't even be mad with him. But guys, listen, we're gonna transition and we're gonna get into our topic for tonight. We're talking about do rebound relationships work? Listen, you all may be wondering, Jay, what is a rebound relationship? Well, for those of you that are, nice and pure, let me tell y'all what our online source says that a rebound relationship is. A rebound relationship is a relationship in which one becomes involved in shortly after the end of a previous relationship. Now, what is considered shortly? I think that depends on each individual. So what do you consider?
A week?
That's shortly.
Yes. Especially if it's, you're in a relationship with a person and that you all been together for a minute. Y'all been together for like 3 months plus, 6 months in there because y'all done, the feelings are involved. You have fallen in love with this person. You have there, and then y'all break up, however you all break up. And then a week later, you're in a whole, not dating, you're in a whole new relationship. That's a rebound relationship.
And see, when you do that, it's just like, are you really in a relationship with this new person, or are you still in the relationship with the old person, just going through the motions with the new person?
I think, rebound relationships, if both parties want to really be in this relationship with this person, I think they can work. I've done a rebound relationship.
So how long do you have to wait before getting with somebody new? I mean, how long does it take for you to get over somebody that you love?
Oh, love is different.
And then you jump into a rebound relationship.
Love is different. Love is different. But you can still, you still can do it. It's hard. I've been in a situation where I've loved this person, but it just wasn't, going right or whatever. We ended. I started dating someone new, literally probably like 2 weeks later.
Wow.
But
how long were you with the ex?
Oh, we was together for like a year.
Oh, Lord.
But he was, it was like we couldn't get our stuff together. So then I started dating someone else, and I did still love the ex and stuff, but I was trying to move on and just, replace them. And I didn't get intimate with the new guy. We kissed, whatever, but we never had sex, nothing like that. We dated, we kissed, we spent time with one another. But, my heart was still with this person. And then I've been in a situation where I dated somebody. We were in a relationship. He dumped me. It was funny. He dumped me. And then literally probably like an hour later, the guy that he was working for was like, listen, I've been waiting for you to break up with him. I was like, well, he dumped me. He's like, it don't even matter. I've been waiting for you to be free because I want to be with you. I really like you. And so him and I dated for a man, probably about 6-7 months and stuff.
Wow.
And he was cool. We still friends to this day.
See, I don't know. I just need time. I need time to process and see where my head is. I need time to see where my feelings are. So, I mean, I was involved in a rebound relationship where I was the rebound, and I knew I was the rebound, and it just was not a good situation because I knew like the ex, I guess I'm in the process of us being together, the ex had gotten killed. So it's just like, Oh my God. So it's like, how do you watch a person that you're in a relationship with, but now they're grieving over their ex? So it's just like, it was difficult to go through that because I'm just like, okay, well,
where do you fit in that, really?
Right, because it's like, okay, so you gotta like turn your feelings, because I'm like, okay, this is a whole life, even if you didn't know that person, but this person that you with, they still genuinely had
feelings
for this person. So it's like, okay, so in that case, the relationship really did not work because, I turned off relationship mode and kind of just was a friend and a listening ear, because all he did was talked about the ex. He moped about the ex, whined about the ex. But again, how do you tell them not to? I mean, this whole person, they just got
easily
killed.
I'm sorry. Listen, then either this is not what you want, because I understand that she got killed. I get all of that. But in order for me to have time with you and for us to be together, you can't keep bringing her up every 5 seconds.
But they thought that they did, though. They thought that they
were trying to get over.
They thought that they were over it. But it's like, when you find out somebody is killed or they died or whatever, it's like that changes the dynamics of whatever relationship you were. If it was a fresh again, we're talking about in the rebound relationship type atmosphere, it changes the dynamics of the relationship.
I guess you would have to end it, but end it to where you're respectful of their feelings and stuff, and understanding of what happened, and then to let them know that let's be friends right now, because I don't feel that you may feel that you're ready, but I don't think that you're ready. So let's just be friends for right now until we feel that yes, we can really be together. You got to word it just right.
We just faded apart. It's like there was no more relationship type feelings there. It just became a good friendship, because I'm just like, how do you form a relationship? They're saying one thing, but that their heart is experiencing something different. But as for them to save your feelings, he was trying to stick it in there, but I'm just like, it's not right. Like, so, I'm like, I can't.
Have you revisited that relationship? Or
no.
Why not?
Because
by now he should have gotten over that person or moved on.
No, it turned into some other stuff that I can't, but no, we can't.
I can't know the answers to my evil questions.
I can't,
it's just fun.
It was just definitely a learning lesson, and it was just definitely, it helped me to see things from a different perspective. And it's like, okay, you have to really be selfless. It's like, okay, well, if you care about this person, then why are you trying to hold on to them? And that they not gonna tell you that they need time, or they got things to sort out. You still trying to harp at them and hold on to them for a relationship. They sticking in there, but they not there. So your body is here, but your heart and your mind is going through so many different things. You can't even focus on a relationship. So I'm just like, in that case, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, this ain't, and I just felt like, what? It wasn't meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't meant to be, like that. There was some other plans that, needed to be worked out. But when you're talking about these rebound relationships, it's like, if you are going into it with the intent of being in a relationship, and you going into it with, okay, I'm gonna be with them so they can make me forget about this person. Are you really interested in a relationship?
They might be
like
really
if that's what your intent is.
They might be interested in a relationship. It's just that's what they were in before that person died. So they were in a relationship, so they want to be with somebody. They may need someone new in order to get over that what they had.
Wait, Davino, he said rebounds are the Uber Eats of real relationships, temporary and a quick delivery of better feelings for the moment.
So ignorant. So ignorant.
So, do rebound relationships work?
Yes.
Well, according to an online source, rebound relationships have a shot at lasting if the following things: the previous relationship was short, That means the relationship was a few months old before they started to have deep feelings for each other and fell in love. Okay, I can get that one. The previous relationship ended amicably. The breakup was mutual and y'all were able to part ways without all the drama. I'm kind of iffy on that one because just because y'all was able to break up don't mean that somebody still wasn't in their feelings about, wanting to be with that relationship. So it's a difference between breaking up amicably, but you still was, hoping that y'all worked out. Well, I thought we still had a shot. So I'll be iffy about that one. You wanted the previous. Now, if you left the relationship because you was sick of that bull, but then again, it goes back to how much time were you in that? Because again, I think that you need a detox period. You gotta just
woosah.
You have to before getting into the next situation, because it's like, okay, you gonna mess around and you just broke up with Randy, but now you with Cochise, and now you call Cochise Randy by mistake.
That happens,
That means you did it too soon.
It wasn't even on the non too soon thing. It could be time, and then it happens. I've had that slip up, and I think when he did that, I think he was being funny to see or to tick me off because we were intimate, and he had thrown a name at me, and I was like, oh, well, two could play that game, I'm like, bet. So I threw a name back, and he was like, what? I said, oh, my bad. But dude, and I didn't go into the spill of you just called me so. I just looked at him. Dude,
so were you the rebound?
No, we were in a relationship. It wasn't even a rebound. No, that person had been. It had been, years before between them two or whatever. But I don't know if he was doing it to be funny or what. So I figured, well, hell, you could play that game. I'm going to throw a name at you too. And we'll see if you like that. Since you don't like that, then you need to leave that alone. So after that, he had never called me another female's name again. So it was cool.
Tasha, she's saying, Sister J, that is so true. Major facts on that. Davino is saying, not the Cooley High reference. Absolutely. You gonna listen. Randy and Coach Cheese, listen, we ain't even finna do it. But here, how do you know when you're in a rebound relationship? I mean, are there some things? Because they could be like, okay, I'm good. I'm ready to,
I don't know if guys ask that question. Like when I on a dating site, I usually see they don't ever ask me when was the last relationship you were in. They usually ask how long were you married, or how long has been your divorce, and like that. Mm-hmm. But it's never been when was the last, or they might ask when was the last date you were on, something like that. But it's never been when was the last time you was in a relationship. I'd be like, they don't ask me that. I ask about marriages, and I ask divorces too. I don't ask about when was the last date you went, because I don't really care. You could have been on a date yesterday.
Relationship, and how did it end? Like what caused
I do want to know how it ended.
To end? How did you react to that relationship?
But people lie.
Yeah, I know.
They could be the one. You could be the one that you sabotaged that dang relationship. But you don't. This is a resume. I can't put on the resume all of the truth on the resume. You're trying to get this job right here. I have to lie. You ain't graduate from high school. You ain't even got a GED. But guess what? They don't know that. So guess what? I'm gonna put down here. Yeah, I went to so-and-so high school. Your ass didn't go one damn day. You kept on failing. And I'm gonna say I'm in college. You're not in college. That little career academy do not count. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and go. You gonna make this thing padded up so well.
I ain't even trying to lie about that, because I'm like, I've been up forget.
Because you done read your little books and stuff, and you got this. And then when you come, he asked you these questions about so and so. You remember what you broke,
right? But then once they come back and ask you again, and then you forgot what you said the first thing. That's
baby. That's when you got to be slick. Because you're a female now. Now, if this is the dudes, I'm sorry, guys, but y'all ain't too bright with this. Y'all not the best when it comes to lying about, or, y'all get caught up every time. You're a female. Once he comes with that same question that you just answered last week.
But what if it ain't last week?
It don't matter. You remember. then that's when you say, sweetheart, what are we doing? Because I feel like you don't believe me, or you're trying to you got to flip that around on them.
Listen,
but if you don't,
my mind is, let me tell you something. I'm gonna have to just go head on with the truth up front. And if we can't get over this hurdle, then we just can't get over the hurdle. But I'm not about to waste my time lying, and then I forget what I told you, and then you come back with I'm not trying to do all that.
Everybody, especially you're on the dating sites, and it don't even matter if you're not on a dating site and you meet somebody new. You are lying. You are going to put up your best representative up. Everybody does. And you're going to make yourself look available that you are. And you may be available, but you're not going to give all the facts or whatever. Period. You're not. You're just not. They can ask you question after question. You can be like, yeah, you're going to make yourself look good.
But you know what? My thing is this. I like to be as real as possible on dates, and just because I don't want to waste no time. Like, I got isms. I got some quirks. You need to know, like, up front, I got some quirks. You need to know.
I ain't talking about no quirks. They ain't worried about no quirks.
Or whatever the extras is.
So you meet a guy. So you meet the little short dude. You know what I'm talking about. And the question out of his mouth is, okay, and you say that you're celibate. I'm not doing anything. And so he asks you, well, when was the last time that you were intimate?
So now it's like, if you asking me that question directly, then I'm going to answer you right, and I've answered it directly. And now here's the thing. Those questions,
but they don't ask. They say intimate. Then when they break down all of intimate,
right?
So you answer that?
Yeah, I've answered it because I'm like, I don't have nothing. It's like I want to be transparent. So it's like, okay, if this is a deal breaker, so now I'm like, I would rather know up front than get my feelings. My thing is, I don't want to start feeling you, and then now I get my feelings hurt because this is not something that you can deal with, because I've been down that path before. So I'm like, if you blatantly flat out ask me that question, then I'm going to answer the question. Mm-hmm. But if you don't ask me, then it's not like it's information that I'm going to volunteer.
So say you ran into an ex yesterday. Y'all didn't do nothing as far as having physical sex or whatever, but y'all kissed. Y'all kissed deep. And then you met a guy today and you really like this guy. Y'all are vibing well. And then he asks you, so when is the last time, you were on a date with someone? And you were like, well, it's been a minute since, because you don't consider yesterday a date. And then he asks you, well, when is the last time you were intimate with someone?
So then I would consider, so again, intimate is the last time you were with somebody intimate. When was the last time you kissed somebody?
That's an intimate kiss, though. You tongued him down. He tongued you down. Y'all was almost at that. Y'all was touching. Y'all was almost in. You was like, nah, he don't deserve this.
So y'all making out.
Y'all, that's intimacy.
I don't know. Like,
and he asked you, when was the last time you were intimate with someone?
Okay, so intimate. I mean, I don't know. I don't, because that didn't follow. So, if I'm like this, if he asked me that, and if that came to mind, then I would tell it.
I think it would come to mind,
but
I think it kind of, it straddles, it dangles there.
It's like when posed that particular question that way, if that person popped in my mind, I was just, I was with this guy or whatever, then I would say it. But it's like, if it didn't resonate with me like that, then I'm not gonna say anything. Mm-hmm. But if you ask about sexual experiences and all that, anything specific, if the answer comes up,
yeah, you're gonna say that.
Because again, like I say, my fear is getting involved in something and being strung along. We went through all of the emotions just for it not to work, because you found out something, or I found out something that we should have been transparent about in the beginning. Now we wasted all this time. That's what I'm like. Yeah. At this point, time is of the essence. I mean, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to do that. It's not fair. I'm like, we good and grown. Like, I don't have to. If I can't accept you, you can't accept me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, it's like, people are out here, they getting around and they're being with people if that's what they're about. But it's like, okay, if you're not about that, then, because here's the thing, even if you telling somebody that you're celibate, they think you're lying anyway.
Girl,
so it's like, you can't win for losing. So it's just like, okay, well, how long you been celibate?
Why? Since yesterday.
Whatever you say is not gonna matter. Just like, what if they ask you how many people you've been with? Everybody know whatever answer you say, nobody. I'm not even messing with you. Nobody is gonna believe those answers, even if you are telling. You can be telling the God. You can be telling the God honest truth, and they just not gonna believe you. I've had somebody tell me I was lying. I'm like, okay, well, what do you want me to say?
That's what I'm telling you the truth right there.
I'm like, I was telling you. I'm telling you the truth. I'm like, I'm like, okay, well, if you feel like I'm lying, we gonna go with what you're saying. But that still doesn't change. So it's just like certain things you just can't win for losing. But it's like if you're in a rebound relationship, then just you gotta be mindful of what it is that you're doing, and you gotta make sure you are fully over that last situation. So I mean, I wouldn't personally advise on rebound relationships. I mean, go into it slow, be friends, but it's absolutely mandatory that you purge from your last relationship, because if not, you did not have the time to shake off the old person without getting into the new person.
Even though, like, I did a rebound a few years ago, and so within the 2000, and that rebound, that relationship, it worked, before I found out dude was lying about some stuff.
Right.
But still, even when I ended that relationship with that new person, we still have remained friends, really great friends, 8 years later.
But see, it could have been even something stronger had you waited had you went through your own season and gotten everything out. You did your relationship detox, then it could have, you never know. But again, if you are going into rebound relationships, definitely proceed with caution. But it is advised to just stop and smell the roses on your own before you go into.
Sometimes the dogs piss on roses, and then you're gonna be smelling some dog piss.
Go have your own cup of ice cream or whatever it is. Just do it solo for a minute before you jump into the next relationship. But don't go jumping right into the next thing after you have gotten after you've gotten out of a long-term relationship, because now that's not going to do anything but set you up for failure for the new relationship.
It's okay to jump.
You're gonna instead of needing 3 therapy sessions, you're gonna need 12 months because you don't went from one relationship to the next. But listen, guys, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all 3.
Don't forget TikTok.
Until next time. Oh, absolutely. Follow us on TikTok.
Thank you for hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.